Welcome to Real Estate On Track, the ultimate destination for all things property related and more. This is Pia Jyoti Katru coming to you from ITV Gold Studio in New Jersey, and join us as we embark on a thrilling journey through the dynamic world of real estate. Our team of seasoned real estate professionals will guide you through the intricacies of buying, selling, and investing, sharing invaluable tips and tricks along the way. Get ready to explore and uncover the secrets to successful real estate ventures. Tune in to Real Estate On Track every Friday at 8 p.m. and repeat telecast on Sunday 8 p.m. for an exciting journey through the world of real estate. Got burning questions about real estate? Send them to us and they will answer them live in the show. With Ontrack Realty, you can trust their commitment to honesty and integrity since 1994. Contact them at 732-494-2211. So finally, we have with us, that is Sanjeev Ji, who is a lead broker, owner of Ontrack Realty, which started in 1994 with a mission to surpass clients' expectations with expertise, honesty, and integrity, and to do whatever it takes to have each client as a raving fan. Sanjeev Ji has also been past Middlesex County Association of Realtors President, Realtor of Year Middlesex and New Jersey, and New Jersey Real Estate Commissioner. He's also the founder and master chef of Just Yummy Rabdi, where you indulge your taste buds and experience the heavenly delight of this traditional Indian dessert. Along with him, we also have with us award-winning salesperson Alka Aneja of Ontrack Realty, who has been doing real estate for more than 27 years. And she is also the president of Humbled by Your Service, a charity formed during COVID. And she also hosts Soul Talks with Alka on YouTube. And she is here to give you insights into the world of real estate. So let me welcome both of them, Sanjeev Ji and Alka Aneja, to Real Estate with Sanjeev and Alka. How are you guys today?
Good, Pia. How are you?
I am doing wonderful.
It's nice to see you again.
Same here. It's really nice to see both of you again.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you. We're happy to be back. We're happy to answer questions that anyone may have. So we're excited to be here.
So I just want to start with, what should our viewers, the ITV Gold viewers, expect from this show?
So real estate is one of our biggest investments, and a lot of us have questions. It's an ever-changing market. What is the market today? Will the market go up or down? What are the tips to sell the home at the best price? How do we buy the home in today's market where there are multiple offers? We will discuss all that. Also in this show, we will bring some motivational minute. We will bring special guests. So if you are a guest, if you want to be a guest and you have some value to add to the show, we please write to us, and we are happy to talk to you and bring you on the show if that adds to the show also as far as real estate and motivational is concerned. So that's part of the stuff. You also said yummy rabdi.
Absolutely.
So we'll talk about rabdi every now and then, or mithai, or cooking. You were talking about cooking. So we'll talk about cooking also. But this show primarily is real estate and motivational stuff. Why did we add motivational to this show? You know what? Zig Ziglar used to be a speaker, motivational speaker. And somebody asked him, is motivation important every day? And he said, motivation is as important as bathing. So you don't have to bathe every day, but you do. Similarly, it's in the world of negative stuff, you need to be positive. And how do we be positive? By listening to positive stuff. So we will talk about all that also, yes.
Yeah, and for most of us, owning a home is one of the biggest financial decisions we'll make. And we are here as your guides to help you navigate through the whole process of buying a home, through the process of selling a home, and any real estate questions you may have. So we're here for you no matter what you need, and anything to navigate this complicated process. It's not so complicated if you have the right professionals by your side, and we look forward to being those professionals.
Yeah.
So absolutely. So, everybody talks about like real estate market. It's hot right now, and I'm sure you guys, if you say it's hot,
Yes.
I just want to know how hot.
It's depends on the market of where you are. So in our markets, in the local markets, it is very hot. Inventory is low. Even though the interest rate is high, the market is still very hot because the interest rates are high. The interest rates are high, but the rents are also high. So the buyers, what they see consumer does not want is to pay someone else's mortgage.
Right.
That's something that pinches us the most, right? Is that we're making somebody else rich. Why aren't we doing this for ourselves? So we're here to tell you what to do to make your American dream come true.
And you know what, there's another thing, Pia, that happens a lot. And this debate goes on in professionals, but it also goes on with the investment guides who tell you, there are people out there who tell you that buying a home is stupid. You shouldn't buy a home because it's a bad investment.
Right.
Everything in life is not an investment, first of all. It's a style of living. What are we making the money for if we're not going to live properly? I remember many years ago a businessman telling me we would rather stay in an apartment and invest in our business. Now it's okay, but why would you want to stay in an apartment all your life, not enjoy a big home, not enjoy your own garden, and invest in business? What good is that money if you're not going to enjoy it? Primary home is the best investment as far as I'm concerned. The reason being is you don't have to pay rent. You improve the home the way you want to. The home value grows with time. You're not reporting to a landlord. You're not you're not being told by the landlord, now it's time to leave for whatever reason. Or here your rent goes up. The reason landlords become rich is because they bought for somebody to rent their home. And why would we not be that own landlord of the best tenant? We are the best tenant and the best landlord. So buying your home is the best investment. If anybody tells you so, they are unfortunately listening to the wrong person. Talk to people who have owned the home for 20, 25 years. In fact, talk to people who have owned the home for last 3 years, and the values have gone up. Now, there could be wrong timing. You could buy at a wrong time, market goes down, and you are stuck and you have to sell the home. That's the only worst thing that can go wrong. Other time when you do not want to buy a home is when you know for sure you're going to move in 2-3 years and the market is very high like today and you don't know if it will fall apart or not. So that is when you do not buy a home. It becomes a bad investment at that point because you're going to be moving in a year or two. Your closing cost to buy, your closing cost to sell, you may not even recover those. This is a long-term thing. If you're going to live in the home long-term, buying is the best thing to do. Ask any homeowner who has lived in the home for 9, 10, 15 years. They have made their money in the equity because of the home. There are people who bought the home in 1970s, 60s for $40,000. Those homes sell today for $750,000. Imagine this, living in the home for all these years, not paying any rent. Now you did pay a mortgage, yes. You did pay taxes and you still pay taxes, yes. And you have maintenance costs, yes. But here's a home, something that you didn't make the landlord rich, like Alka said. You made yourself rich and it became your retirement money. So talking about buying or selling, should we buy or rent? There is zero doubt in our mind that you should buy. Now you may say, well, you're saying that because it's a vested interest. You will make a commission if we buy a home. And that's true, and we appreciate that. However, you may be listening to us, God knows where you are right now. You may not be buying a home from us. You may be buying a home from for sale by owner or using a realtor that we don't know about, but we are telling you the fact. Buying a home is the best strategy unless you are in a short term. If you're not sure that you will be moving soon, then it's not the right time to buy. If you're not sure if the neighborhood is the right neighborhood for you because of whatever reason of your job, of the commute or whatever, then maybe it's not the right time. You want to rent for a couple of months, a year or so, 6 months or a year, and then realize that this is time to buy. But buying in any market for yourself is the perfect market.
So Sanjeev ji, the thing that's coming to my mind, like, is there like a age limit that up to this age one should have had, bought a home?
There is no age limit. Whenever you wake up, whenever you can afford, whenever your pocket says you can afford it, that's the time to buy. Remember, you have to live someplace. Now, if you can live with your parents and you can save all that money and you're not renting, it's okay. But you remember, you're still not buying something to build equity. But nothing wrong. I think if you can live with your parents and live together as a family, nothing beats that at all, actually. If you have your independence and you can serve older parents and they are happy that you're living with them, you don't need a home. They have a home already. So it's okay. But if you want to be independent, why rent when you can buy? And let's say you rent, don't go for a 4-bedroom home. Go for a 1-bedroom condo. And then when you want a bigger home, rent the condo and become the landlord. So it's a strategy to become rich with time. The problem is we all want to become rich today, and it doesn't work. If you're looking for quick, rich scheme, real estate is not that. It's a long-term planned investment.
So I was just thinking, especially the younger generation nowadays, as soon as they join the workforce, they try to save some money we have to buy the house. At least we need this much money for that. So what would you like to tell them,
They are very smart. They should. If they can afford it, if they have the money, that's the perfect thing to do. Because if they're not living with parents, let's say the parents are living in Edison, and they are working in Jersey City, which is 25 miles away. Maybe they don't want to commute every day living with parents and they want to buy in Jersey City. Absolutely nothing wrong with that. But if they know that they're working in Jersey City for a month, for a year or two, it may not be the right thing to do. So again, different scenarios require different thought process. What is your income? Is the job steady? Things like that have to be looked at. But again, if it's long-term, if you're buying long-term, or if you're going to convert that purchase into an investment, nothing wrong with it. Alka, you want to add anything to it?
No, it's personal. I mean, obviously, if you're going to pay $3,500 in rent or $4,000 in rent, buy a 1-bedroom condo. But like he said, so you have to know what your needs are. Why are you moving? And then call a real estate professional. That's what we're here to guide you for, right? Every scenario is very different. There's some generic that, yes, ownership, if you're long-term, is better than no ownership. But how you're going to be, the semantics of it all and the process is what we're here for. So give us a call anytime. And if anyone has questions that are specific, feel free to email us.
Or call us at our
us.
office number, or email us. It's alka@ontrackrealty.com, sanjeev@ontrackrealty.com. Send us what you want to be covered.
Yeah.
But if you want the answer immediately and you want personal answers, we are here to guide you.
Yeah.
Again, my compliments to those children who are so smart that they're saving money to buy their investment property, whether it's a home that becomes an investment property or whether they start with an investment property. That's the smartest thing to do. But there is difference between a home that you live in and investment property that you buy in. Home is bought emotionally.
Right.
Investment property is bought logically. So if it logically doesn't make sense and you're putting so much money in it out of your pocket and you are already in a high market, maybe that's not the right investment strategy at this moment. Now you say, well, but the market is going up. Sure, if we had a crystal ball and if we said market will continue to go up, then it's okay. But what if the market changes? The market is overdue to change. What if it changes? Then what? Then don't worry, hold it for long enough. Every single market downturn has always turned up and become better. History shows it. Will that history repeat? We don't know that. But so far, historically, never has there been a market that has gone down that has not gone up and surpassed that down. No. Now, like Alka said, there are market specifics. Some markets don't recover. It could be because of crime, it could be because of drugs, it could be because of God knows, politics, who knows. But barring those situations, every market that has downturned has gone up. Population is going up. Housing market is, availability is low. And that's what drives supply and demand.
Yeah. Right now, the market is high, despite the high interest rates, despite job losses, despite whatever, market is still consistently at a very high rate. That's an anomaly. It's really keeping everybody at a loss. We don't know why it's increasing, but it's probably increasing because the rentals are also going up. So know what your personal scenario is before you buy. And everybody will come up to us, well, now the interest rates are over 7, right? And how does that affect the market? For the people who need to move, they move. They're not really interested in interest rates. For those who don't want to move and are just putzing around in the market and just lookers, they're not going to do anything. But the actual serious buyers are going to buy. So the buyers will be here for that. The sellers will sell, but the market moves despite what's happening around the market as of right now. It normally doesn't happen that way, but we're kind of in a bubble where the market's just moving in its own.
Right, and the buyers are paying. It's
Buyers are
amazing. We as realtors don't know how to guide them anymore.
Right.
You tell your buyer it's okay to go 25,000 higher, and somebody comes and pays 75,000 higher.
Wow.
And you have no idea. And how do you tell a buyer? So if you love the home and you don't want to lose the home, and like Alka says all the time, if you're happy to lose the home at that price and happy to get the home at that price, you are paying the right price. So all of a sudden you say, well, I should have paid 10,000 more. Then do it now. Because otherwise, once the home is gone, now the comparable is at that price. Next home is going to come at a higher price, unfortunately. Unless things change in the market. Let's say the recession comes. Let's say some world event happens. That's when this market will change.
Yes.
And again, we say it's a long-term thing. So let's say it does change. And let's say you bought the home today at X price. And let's say 2 years it's X minus 200,000. So what? You're not moving. It's a paper loss. And it's okay to have a paper loss. But now, only problem is when you have to sell in that market.
But in that, if you have to sell in that market and you're buying a bigger home, that also went down.
True.
Right? So you benefited from
Yeah.
that.
So if you're going to upgrade,
Yes.
downturn market is
Will
not a
help
bad
you.
market.
Yes.
You lose 200, but you gain 300 in a bigger home because that has gone down by 300,000.
Yeah.
So everything is in perspective. Nothing is right, nothing is wrong. One thing we do guide all the time is do not overextend yourself.
Yeah.
If you cannot afford it, please do not overextend because you will then go into foreclosure. It is the worst thing to do is have your credit go bad because you couldn't make the payments.
And you may be able to make the payments, but when you get into a home, something breaks and you didn't fund for that and didn't keep money for that. A house is an elephant. It needs to be fed all the time. If you didn't make sure that the money was coming for that, the house is going to fall apart. You need to maintain your home. That is a baby that needs to be fed all the time. So it's not, you may have money for your mortgage, but you didn't keep money for the extras. And you need to have a buffer. And Bhaiya always says that you should have 6 months of your mortgage as a buffer, which that is for extra things. If you don't have that, don't do it. It's not worth it. God forbid you lose a job. God forbid the furnace and the AC breaks. God forbid the roof leaks. There's so many things that can happen, right? And it doesn't matter. People will say, well, the roof is newer.
Exactly.
Human body goes to a doctor, right? And next day has a heart attack. The roof, there's no age. Things can happen. Be ready for all of those non-positive things, negative things to happen as well, because they can happen. You have to budget for them. They may not happen for everyone, but I know when I bought my house, I got a bathroom renovated. I came home and my sheetrock was on the floor.
Wow.
Because the contractor forgot to shut a faucet. So you never know. The house welcomes you in a different way, right? And you have to have the money. That's your cushion. Because if you don't, we're going to get that call saying, oh my God, I'm in a mess, right? And we never want to get that call.
Yeah. So 6 months to a year, based on your tolerance, make sure that money is there. Do not spend all your all the savings in a home only to find out now you don't have money.
Right.
And like Alka said, you lose a job. All of a sudden, God forbid something happens, and now you don't have reserves. Now you will find a job, and probably you'll find a better job, but you don't have reserves for those 4-6 months. That's where the problem is. So what is a reserve? Let's say your cost per month is $5,000. 6-month reserve is $30,000. 12-month reserve is $60,000. So that's what you should have to be really safe. And like Alka said, if you think the home needs a new roof and you're buying it anyhow, plan another $20,000 for the roof. If you think it's going to need a brand new heating air conditioning system, plan another $10,000 to $15,000 for it. That's above and beyond those reserves that we're talking about. Because you know when you're buying a home, during the inspection, what issues are about to come up.
Yeah.
So don't let anybody sell you a home saying it's okay, go up, but you cannot afford it. That's the worst thing you can do.
Yeah.
Do not buy. In that case, please rent. That is an exception to the rule. Wait till you have enough money that not only can you overpay for the home. When we say overpay, it's not overpay. It's what any buyer is willing to pay today. So what is the home worth? Home is worth what the seller is willing to sell it for and what any buyer is willing to pay for it. So if there are 15 offers on a home, that means 15 people are willing to pay way above for that home than what the seller is asking. Seller is happy, but the buyer is happy too when they get that home. That's how supply and demand works.
And lastly, I definitely would like to know about the tips for this current market.
Have all your T's crossed and your I's dotted. In this market, you have to think, what will someone else pay, and pay a little bit more. That's in our markets that we're seeing. It's extremely competitive. Make sure you're showing everything that your buyer's agent is asking you. If there are things required, please show them when you're putting your best foot forward. But make sure you see the house more than once. Don't just see the house once before you make an offer.
Yeah, make sure you love the home and
Because it's important.
make sure the proof of funds is there. Because if you're saying I'm buying a home cash and then you don't show them the proof that you have cash, seller is not going to accept the offer.
Right.
You're saying I'm willing to buy the home and willing to waive the appraisal for whatever that amount is, then do you have extra money to, in case the appraisal comes down, do you have the extra money to pay for it?
And in the next episode, we'll talk about when you waive appraisal, it's not actually waiving an appraisal, you're waiving the appraisal contingency. But next week, we'll talk about what that means and what are the implications for you guys on that.
Right. And whatever questions you have, please keep sending them to us. This is a weekly program. We will be happy to guide you in any way we can so that you can make an educated decision on your biggest investment.
Absolutely. They can send it to their phone number of
732-494-2211.
Yes. Or you can email even to me. That is Pia@ITV Gold. So just do email me, and of course, they will be happy to answer all your questions. And I would like to thank you once again. And I also want to remind all the viewers, please do call them, do talk to them. If you have any burning questions, and do write to them about that, and they will definitely take it in the next show. And once again, thank you so much.
Thank you.
And
Thank
we
you.
will be here next week.
Thank
Yes,
you, everyone. Thank you. Thanks, Pia.